I never thought one normal Thursday would break my life apart, I tell myself as I walk out of the office elevator. My name is Amir, 24 years old, and I work as an assistant in Hale Industries. Most days I run around doing small tasks, hoping my boss, Mr. Hale, will finally notice how hard I work. People say he is strict but fair, so I keep pushing myself, dreaming about a promotion that feels close but always out of reach. I try not to complain, but some nights I sit on my bed and whisper, just a little longer. Maya, my girlfriend of 3 years, usually answers with a smile. You're doing your best, she always says, touching my shoulder like she believes in me more than I believe in myself. We argue sometimes, mostly about money or how little time we spend together, but I always tell her, we'll make it. Just trust me. And she nods like she does. That afternoon at work, Mr. Hale calls me into his office. Amir, I need those reports by tomorrow morning, he says without looking at me. I nod and say, I'll handle it, sir. He waves me away like I'm a shadow. I tell myself he's just busy, but a small voice inside me whispers, you deserve better. I push the thought down and try to stay focused, because I want to make Maya proud. By evening I finish early, which almost never happens. I smile to myself and think, maybe today is my chance to surprise her. I grab a small cake from a bakery near her building, hearing her voice in my head saying, you're too sweet, Amir. The thought makes me warm. I walk up the stairs quietly, ready to knock on her door and see her bright smile. But when I open the door with the key she gave me, I hear a laugh, a man's laugh, from her bedroom. I freeze, holding the cake like it's suddenly too heavy. Then I hear her voice, soft and playful. Stop it, someone might hear. A deep voice answers, relax. Your boyfriend is too busy being a good little worker. My stomach twists. I know that voice. I whisper, no, it can't be. But it is. It's Mr. Hale. I take one slow step back, my hands shaking. I whisper, why him? Inside the room, Maya laughs again. He doesn't suspect anything, she says. He's too trusting. It's almost cute. Mr. Hale replies, let him work for us. It benefits everyone. I press my back to the wall, trying not to breathe too loudly. My heart keeps saying, walk away, but my legs don't move. I listen as the two people I trusted most laugh about using me. My throat feels tight, and I whisper, how long, even though no one can hear me. I close my eyes, trying to understand how this became my life. I hear Maya say, he thinks I love him. It makes things easier. Mr. Hale laughs, low and confident. Good. As long as he stays loyal, I get what I want. I bite my lip until I taste blood. Part of me wants to storm in and scream, but another part of me whispers, don't let them see you break. I slowly set the cake on the floor and step back toward the door. I grip the doorknob, breathing hard. I trusted you, I whisper to the empty living room. I trusted both of you. My chest aches so much that I press a hand against it. I hear Maya say, he won't leave me. He needs me too much. And Mr. Hale replies, good. That makes this simple. Their words hit me like stones. I swallow the anger rising in my throat and force myself to move. I tell myself, don't break here. Not in front of them. I open the door as quietly as I can and slip out of the apartment, each step feeling like a piece of my life falling away behind me. I walk down the hallway, hearing my heartbeat louder than their voices, and I whisper, this is the moment everything changes for me today. I heard her call him baby, I whisper to myself as I stumble down the stairs. The word keeps echoing in my head like someone hit repeat. Baby, baby, baby. My chest tightens so hard I almost sit on the steps, but I force myself to keep moving. My phone buzzes. It's Maya. Where are you? Everything okay? I stare at the screen and laugh under my breath. Yeah, I mutter, I'm perfect. My fingers shake as I type, going out. Need air. I don't wait for her reply. Outside, the air feels cold, but my face feels hotter with every step I take. Mr. Hale. Really? I ask myself. My boss. The man who barely remembers my name. I rub my hands over my face, trying to breathe. Every memory hits me like a hammer. Her hugging me. Her saying, "You're the only person who understands me." Her laughing when I said I want us to build a future together. Now all I hear is her voice saying baby to another man. I stop walking and pull out my phone again. Ian. I need you. I hit call. He picks up immediately. Bro. What happened? You sound. Can you meet me at the park near your place? I force my voice to stay steady. 10 minutes. Don't move, he says, hanging up. When I reach the park, I sit on a bench and stare at the ground. My hands won't stop trembling. People pass by, talking, laughing, living normally, and I feel like someone ripped my world apart in one clean motion. Ian jogs toward me. Amir. What happened? I look up at him, but my voice cracks. I heard them. Huh? Heard who? Maya, and Mr. Hale. His face changes instantly. What do you mean and Mr. Hale? What exactly did you hear? I swallow hard. She called him baby. What? His voice shoots up. No, bro, tell me straight. What happened? I shake my head slowly. I went to her place. I heard them in the bedroom. They were laughing. Talking about me. My throat burns as I continue. She said I don't suspect anything. He said I'm easy to use. They were, together. Ian sits beside me and grabs my shoulder. Are you serious? Why would I lie about this? I whisper. He clenches his jaw. I swear, if I see that guy. No, I cut him off. I don't even know what to think right now. He looks at me for a long moment. Did you confront them? No. I just walked out. I couldn't breathe. Good, he says. If you went in there, you might have done something dangerous. I shake my head. I almost did. I almost kicked the door open. What stopped you? I don't know. Maybe I didn't want them to see me break. Ian sighs. You don't deserve this, Amir. I look at him, my eyes stinging. Then why does it hurt like I do? Because you cared, he says quietly. Because you gave her your heart. I press my palms against my eyes. Everything feels fake now. Every moment. Every promise. Every, I love you. It all feels like a script she rehearsed. She's the one who messed up, he says. Not you. Doesn't feel that way. Ian shakes his head. Betrayal doesn't mean you were weak. It means they were selfish. I laugh bitterly. Selfish? She was using me. They both were. She said I need her. Like I'm some lost kid. Ian frowns. Did you hear that? Every word. A silence settles between us. I stare at the ground, trying to hold myself together. Maybe I wasn't enough, I whisper. Stop, he snaps. Don't even think like that. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Well, throw it out. He leans closer. If someone cheats, it's because they are broken, not you. My chest tightens again. Then why do I feel like I'm the one falling apart? Because you loved her, he says. That's not a crime. I breathe out shakily. I don't know what to do next. You don't have to decide right now, he replies. Just don't blame yourself. I feel sick, Ian. I know, he says softly. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I nod slowly, staring at the empty path in front of me. I can't believe she did this. You believed in her, he says. That's what hurts the most. I grip the edge of the bench. My world crashed in seconds, Ian. He places a hand on my shoulder. Then we'll rebuild it. Together. His words don't fix the pain, but they keep me from drowning. And for now, that's enough. When I walk into the office the next morning, my eyes burn, but my mind feels strangely calm. I whisper to myself, just get through today. The elevator doors open, and the hallway lights feel too bright. I take a deep breath and head to my desk. A few minutes later, Mr. Hale walks in like nothing happened. Morning, Amir, he says casually, sipping his coffee. I look at him and force a steady voice. Morning, sir. Inside, I'm screaming. You were with her last night. But on the outside, I stay still. He drops a stack of files on my desk. Handle these before lunch. I ask, all of them? Yes, he says, already turning away. And rewrite the proposal. Your draft wasn't strong enough. I clench my jaw. Understood. He doesn't even look at me. He never really did. Now I know why. My phone vibrates. A text from Maya. Good morning, Redheart, miss you already. I laugh under my breath. Miss me? Really? Another message pops up, are we still meeting tonight? I want to see you. I whisper, you saw someone last night. My hands shake as I type back, busy today. We'll talk later. I hit send and turn the phone face down. While I work, everything starts to fall into place. The overtime hours. The way Mr. Hale always made me handle boring tasks. The times Maya insisted I stay loyal to my job. They were using me. Together. Mr. Hale walks past again. Amir, make sure you send me the draft from yesterday. I need to present it to the board. I look at him sharply. The draft I wrote? Yes, he says. I'll handle the rest. By handle, he means take credit. I finally see it clearly. I murmur, of course, sir. The moment he leaves, I open his sent folder on the shared system. Dozens of my files. My words. His name. My chest tightens. You think I won't do anything, I whisper. I pull out my phone and take screenshots. Every document. Every edited timestamp. Every message he sent Maya during office hours, messages she forwarded to me long ago. He's so clueless. He works hard for us. Us, I say bitterly. Like I was some tool. I open the call log and start recording a note to myself. Proof is power. You won't destroy me quietly. While I gather evidence, Lena walks up to my desk. She's one of the only decent people in this place. Hey, she says softly. You okay? You look rough. I clear my throat. Didn't sleep much. She pulls up a chair. Something happened. A lot happened, I say. More than you think. She studies my face. Is Mr. Hale giving you trouble again? I glance at his office door. Always. What did he do this time? Nothing new, I say. Same old story. Extra work. No credit. She frowns. You shouldn't let him keep doing that. I'm handling it, I say quietly. In my own way. She tilts her head. Handling it how? I look down at my phone, the screen full of screenshots. Let's just say, things are going to change soon. Lena raises an eyebrow. That sounds serious. It is, I reply. You want to talk about it? Not yet. Okay, she says. But when you're ready, I'm here. Don't deal with everything alone. Her words hit harder than I expect. Thanks, Lena. She gives a small smile. You deserve better than how he treats you. I know, I say, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounds. And I'm done pretending I don't. She glances at the files on my desk. Need help? No, I say. I need him to think I'm still the same guy he can push around. She nods slowly. So he doesn't see what's coming. Exactly. Before she leaves, she pauses. Amir, whatever this is, be careful. I will, I say. But I won't stay silent anymore. When she walks back to her desk, I whisper to myself, this isn't just about heartbreak now. This is about respect. My phone buzzes again. Maya. I love you. Don't ignore me. Then another. You're not angry, right? I stare at the messages. My fingers hover over the screen. Finally, I type, we'll talk soon. I promise. But the promise isn't for her. It's for me. I gather the last screenshot and whisper, you thought I would stay silent. Watch me prove you wrong. I stared at my computer screen, pretending to type, but my hands kept trembling. My inbox swam in front of my eyes. I whispered, focus, just focus, but my voice cracked. Ian called me during his break. Breathe. Tell me where you are. I'm at my desk, I muttered. And I just found more messages. They've been laughing at me for months. What kind of messages? He asked, voice steady like he knew I was falling apart. I opened another screenshot. She said I'm too blind to see anything. And he replied, let her stay clueless. Makes our work easier. Ian swore under his breath. You don't deserve this. Don't do anything stupid. Talk to me. I want to storm into his office and break something, I whispered. I want to drag Maya out by her hair. I want them both to choke on their lies. But you won't, he said. You're hurt, not stupid. We're going to think. We're going to plan. I leaned back, swallowing the ache in my throat. There's more. They were talking about replacing me. She said, once I'm officially in his department, she won't matter. And he agreed. Ian paused. So it's not just betrayal. It's abuse of power. My breath hitched. He used his position to get close to her. He used work hours to flirt. And he punished me whenever I unknowingly messed up their hidden schedule. Then this isn't just emotional pain, Ian said. It's misconduct. Document everything. I already started, I replied. Screenshots, call logs, timestamps. I have enough to destroy him. Good, he said. Now keep going. I hung up and opened another folder. More messages. More lies. The wound kept cutting deeper with every line I read. Are you okay? A soft voice asked. I jerked up. Sarah from HR stood near my desk, holding a notebook. She always carried that notebook, organized, calm, observant. She looked at my shaking hands and frowned. You look distressed. I'm fine, I lied. You're not, she said gently. I've worked here long enough to notice when someone's breaking under pressure. I hesitated. Sarah, if someone in a higher position is abusing power, how seriously does HR treat it? She raised an eyebrow. Very seriously. Why are you asking? I just need information, I said. Hypothetically. She closed her notebook. Hypothetically, if an employee was being manipulated, overworked, or targeted for replacement for personal reasons, HR would open a confidential investigation. No hesitation. My heartbeat steadied. Thank you. Who is it? she asked softly. Not yet, I whispered. But soon. She squeezed my shoulder once and walked away. Something inside me shifted, a small flicker of control. A few minutes later, I saw Imran, the new intern, hurrying past the cubicles with a stack of files almost taller than him. I called out, Imran, wait. He stopped immediately. Yes. Did I do something wrong? Mr. Hale said. I cut him off. What did he say? Imran nervously adjusted his glasses. He said if I don't finish these files by noon, he'll reconsider my position. I've only been here 2 weeks. He said that? I asked, anger rising. Imran nodded. He also said interns don't get breaks. I clenched my jaw. That's not policy. He can't say that. I didn't know, Imran whispered. I just don't want to lose this job. You're not the problem, I said. He is. Imran stared at me, confused. Did he do something to you too? I swallowed hard. More than you think. But I'm not ready to tell anyone yet. If you ever want to talk, Imran said quietly, I'll listen. Thank you, I murmured. As he left, my chest tightened, not from pain this time, but from clarity. This wasn't just about Maya. It wasn't just about the messages or the betrayal. It was about a man who destroyed people because he knew he could. Ian texted, plan forming. I wrote back, yes. And it's bigger than I thought. He called again. Talk to me. I'm done crying, I said. The more I learn, the more everything clicks. He didn't just betray me emotionally. He used his authority to manipulate everyone around him. Maya, me, Imran, probably others. So what now? Ian asked. I turn my anger into purpose, I replied. I gather every piece of evidence. I talk to the right people at the right time. And when I'm ready. I look toward Mr. Hale's glass office. He won't see it coming. Ian exhaled. Good. That's the voice I wanted to hear. I saved my files, organized my screenshots, and whispered to myself, he thinks I'll stay silent. He has no idea who he's dealing with. My pain didn't vanish. It sharpened into resolve. And that was the moment the wound stopped consuming me. And started guiding me. I stared at the folder on my screen, every file neatly labeled, screenshots, recordings, call logs, timestamps. I whispered, this is it, this is everything. My hands were steady for the first time in days. Ian called. Where are you in the process? I've gathered every piece of evidence, I said. Messages from their private chats, calls they made during work hours, her voice notes bragging about manipulating me. All of it. Good, he said. Now organize it into a timeline. HR loves timelines. I let out a small breath. I'm scared. I know, he replied. But you're also ready. I opened another folder. Ian, when I read their messages, the way they mocked me, it still burns. That burn is your fuel, he said. Use it. This is your moment. Evening fell quickly. I sat in my room, rewriting the report, adding details, cross-checking dates. My phone buzzed. I froze when I saw the name. Maya. I answered slowly. What do you want? Her voice came out sweet, almost shy. Hey. I was just in the neighborhood. Can I come up? I swallowed. Sure. Before she arrived, I opened my recording app and set it on the table. When she walked in, she smiled like nothing had happened. I've missed you, she said, touching my arm. I gently pulled back. Really? Yes, she said quickly. Anne. I was thinking, could you help me again? Just a little money. My rent's due, and you're the only one I trust. I clenched my jaw. You trust me? Of course, she said. You know you're the only person who understands me. I forced a soft laugh. Funny. I thought you had someone else who understood you. Her eyes widened. What do you mean? I mean your late-night calls with Mr. Hale, I said casually. Your little jokes about me. Your plans. Your secrets. She stiffened. Why are you saying it like that? You tell me, I said. Why did you use me? She crossed her arms. Don't start this again. You're overreacting. And if you're not going to help me, just say it. I looked directly into her eyes. What if I said I know everything? Her face twitched. Everything about what? About you. About him. About the months you both spent laughing at me. I leaned closer. About how he promised you a position if you kept me under control. She blinked fast. That's not true. Then why are you shaking? I asked. She opened her mouth, then shut it again. Her voice softened. Fine. Yes. We talked. Yes, we got close. But it didn't mean anything. I still care about you. Enough to use me? I whispered. Enough to drain me? Enough to lie? She exhaled sharply. You're being dramatic. And why are you questioning me like this? Because I finally learned the truth, I said. And I'm done. She scoffed. So what? You're going to expose us? I kept my voice calm. Maybe. She rolled her eyes. Good luck. No one will believe you over him. I stared at her, letting the silence settle. You really think that? Yes, she said confidently. He's respected. You're just emotional. I nodded slowly. Thank you. For what? For saying exactly what I needed you to say. I glanced at the recording app blinking softly on the table. Her eyes followed my gaze. What is that? Proof, I said softly. She took a step back. You recorded me? Yes. You're insane, she snapped. Delete it. No. She grabbed her bag angrily. Fine. Do whatever you want. But don't say I didn't warn you. She slammed the door on her way out. I sat down, breathing deeply. My chest ached, but something inside me had shifted again, pain into clarity, clarity into resolve. Ian called immediately. Did it work? Yes, I said. She gave me exactly what I needed. In her own words. Then tomorrow is the day, he said. I whispered, tomorrow everything turns around. Morning came too quickly. My legs trembled as I walked into the office, but my mind was sharp. I printed the report, placed it in a clean folder, and headed straight to HR. At the door, Sarah looked up. You requested a meeting? Yes, I said. It's important. She nodded. Come in. Inside, my heart dropped for a second when I saw him. Mr. Hale. He sat across from me, adjusting his tie like he owned the entire world. Morning, he said casually. I didn't know you requested this meeting. I did, I replied. And it concerns you. He smirked. Oh. Is there an issue with your workload again? My fingers tightened around the folder. Yes. And with your behavior. Sarah looked between us. Let's start calmly. What is this about? I opened the folder. My breath steadied. I have evidence of misconduct. Abuse of power. Personal manipulation. And unethical communication with an employee. Mr. Hale laughed lightly. What are you talking about? I met his eyes directly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He shifted. Just slightly. Just enough. Sarah leaned forward. Show me. I slid the folder across the table. Every message. Every call. Every moment you thought I'd stay quiet. The room fell silent as Sarah began to read. My heartbeat pounded, but for the first time, it wasn't fear. It was freedom. It was power. It was the day everything turned around. When I walk into the conference room, my legs feel heavy, but I force myself to breathe. Sarah sits at the end of the long table, typing something on her laptop. Mr. Hale sits on the left side, pretending to look calm, but I see the twitch in his jaw. Two board members sit beside him, whispering to each other. I sit down across from them, my voice low as I say, "Thank you for calling this meeting." Sarah adjusts her glasses. "Amir, you said this was serious. Are you ready to explain everything?" "I am," I answer, even though my hands are shaking under the table. Mr. Hale leans back like he's bored. "Can we keep this short? I have real work to do." His tone hits me like poison, but I keep my face straight. "You'll want to stay for this." One of the board members, Mr. Rafi, looks at me. "Go ahead, son." I swallow hard. There has been a violation of trust and company policy. I have evidence. Mr. Hale laughs under his breath. "Evidence of what? You messing up again?" I meet his eyes. "No. Evidence of you abusing your position." Sarah frowns. "Explain." I pull out a folder and place it on the table. These are screenshots of messages Mr. Hale sent during work hours, to my girlfriend. The entire room goes still. Mr. Hale's smile drops. "What are you talking about?" I push the printed pages toward Sarah. "Please read them." She takes them, her eyes scanning down the first page, then the next. I watch her expression shift from confused, to stunned, to angry. "These timestamps, these are work hours." "Yes," I say softly. "While I was in the office working for him." Mr. Hale slams a hand on the table. "This is taken out of context." Mr. Rafi lifts a brow. "Really?" "Because it looks very clear." I keep going before Mr. Hale can twist anything. I also have call logs and audio files. I slide my phone toward Sarah. "Recorded last night." Mr. Hale jumps to his feet. "You recorded private conversations?" "That's illegal." "No," I say calmly. "I recorded conversations I was part of. And I recorded conversations that took place in my own home. That is legal." Sarah looks at him sharply. "Sit down, Mr. Hale." He slowly lowers himself, but his eyes burn with rage. I turn to the board members. "I want Maya brought in. Her part in this matters too." Sarah nods at a junior HR staff member, who leaves the room. For a few seconds, no one speaks. My heart thumps so loudly that I feel it in my throat. Mr. Hale finally whispers, "You don't know what you're doing." "I know exactly what I'm doing," I reply. The door opens, and Maya steps inside. She looks confused, holding her bag tight. "Amir? What's going on? Why am I here?" I look at her, feeling a sharp pain run through my chest. "Sit." She sits hesitantly. "Did something happen? Why do you look so tense?" I stare at her for a moment before saying, "You already know." Her smile fades. "What are you talking about?" I slide a printed screenshot across the table. "Read it." She picks it up, and her face drains of color. "Amir. I can explain." "No," I say bluntly. "You can't." Mr. Hale points at her. "Say something. Tell them he misunderstood." She glares at him. "You told me no one would ever find out." The room erupts. One of the board members sighs loudly. Sarah closes her eyes and whispers, unbelievable. Mr. Hale snaps, why would you say that out loud? Because it's the truth, she shouts back. I keep my voice steady. I have recordings. Should I play them? Maya's eyes widen, and Mr. Hale shifts uncomfortably. Amir, don't do this, she pleads. Please. We made mistakes, but we can fix. There's nothing to fix, I say. Not anymore. I click on an audio file. Their laughter fills the room. Their words hit like knives, calling me blind, calling me weak, planning to replace me at work. Maya covers her mouth, whispering, please stop, while Mr. Hale slams his fist on the table again. Turn that off, he yells. Sarah stands suddenly. Sit down, Mr. Hale. Or leave. He sinks down again, breathing heavily. Sweat forms on his forehead. I look at Maya. You asked me for money last night. Knowing everything you were doing. Knowing you were laughing at me behind my back. She bursts into tears. I wasn't laughing at you. I got confused. I made mistakes. You made choices, I correct her. She reaches for my arm. Please, just forgive me. I pull my hand away. No. A thick silence falls across the room. Mr. Rafi clears his throat. Mr. Hale, do you deny this evidence? Mr. Hale shakes his head slowly, then tries to twist the story. This doesn't affect my work. My personal life. Sarah cuts him off. You used company time. Company resources. You manipulated an employee who trusted you. You violated multiple workplace rules. I watch him finally realize he's cornered. Another board member speaks up. Mr. Hale, step outside while we discuss your position. I'm not leaving because of this kid, he shouts. I lean back, my voice firm. You're leaving because of your own actions. He stares at me with pure hatred, but he stands, pushes his chair back, and storms out. Maya stays seated, shaking. Amir. I still love you. Please don't do this. I look at her for a long moment. Then I say quietly, you loved the version of me you could use. Not the real me. Her tears fall harder. I didn't want to lose you. You already did, I whisper. She collapses into sobs. I turn away from her, because if I look too long, the pain might pull me under again. Sarah speaks gently. Amir, thank you for bringing this forward. We're going to take action. I nod, feeling a strange mix of heartbreak and strength rising inside me. For the first time in a long time. I feel the power shift. The moment I walk back into the office, whispers hit me from every direction. I try to keep my head down, but people keep stopping me. A coworker steps closer and asks, is it true? Is Mr. Hale really gone? I answer quietly, yeah. HR made the decision this morning. No way, he mutters. Finally. I move toward my desk, trying to breathe, when my phone buzzes non-stop. I glance at the messages and feel my stomach twist. Maya, please talk to me. Maya, I'm losing everything, Amir. Maya, I didn't mean for this to happen. I lock my phone and whisper to myself, I'm not doing this again. Lena appears beside me. Hey, she says softly, are you okay? Not sure, I answer. Everything feels unreal. She leans closer. I heard what happened in the meeting. Sarah told me you handled it with a lot of strength. That didn't feel like strength, I admit. I felt like I was going to collapse. You didn't, she says. That's what matters. You stood up for yourself. I look down at my trembling hands. I didn't think anyone saw me. Well, I did, she replies. We all did. Before I can respond, the HR door opens, and Sarah gestures for everyone to gather. "I need everyone's attention," she announces. "We are starting an internal review based on the evidence presented today." Someone in the back scoffs. "Evidence? What kind of evidence?" Sarah looks around the room. "Misconduct. Abuse of power. And inappropriate relationships with employees." A few people gasp. Someone whispers, "I knew it." Another voice says, "He treated me like garbage last month." Someone else adds, "He threatened to cut my hours if I didn't work overtime." I blink, surprised. Why didn't anyone say anything earlier? I ask. Lena sighs. Because he scared us. He always used his position. Sarah raises her voice. "If anyone has something to report, please come to my office. I will listen." People start lining up. I watch them, feeling a strange mix of satisfaction and sadness. "I didn't expect this," I admit. Lena nudges me. "This isn't your fault. He did this to himself." My phone buzzes again. I ignore it, but the messages keep popping up. "Maya, please, I'm at your door." "Maya, I have nowhere to go." "Maya, don't do this to me." I rub my forehead. I don't understand why she keeps pushing. "Because she lost her control over you," Lena says. "She doesn't know what to do now." "I don't want to hurt her," I say quietly. "But I can't help her anymore." "You're not responsible for her actions," Lena replies. I sit in silence for a moment, trying to process everything. At lunch, Ian calls me. The moment I answer, he shouts, "Bro. I just heard the news. Mr. Hale got fired." "Yeah," I mutter. "It happened fast." He laughs loudly. "That's karma speedrunning his life, man." I can't help a small smile. I didn't expect them to fire him today. "You gave them proof. They couldn't ignore it," he says. "How are you feeling?" "I don't know," I admit. Part of me feels relieved. Part of me feels sick. "That's normal," he replies. "You loved Maya. And she broke that. And your boss. He destroyed your trust too." "Yeah," I say softly. "It hurts more than I thought." Ian's voice becomes calm. "You didn't do anything wrong. Remember that." After the call, I head downstairs, needing air. As soon as I step outside, Maya appears from behind a pillar. "Amir," she whispers, her face wet with tears. I step back instinctively. "What are you doing here?" "I needed to see you," she cries. "Please, let me talk." I shake my head. "We've talked enough." "No, we haven't," she begs. "I'm losing everything. My job, my apartment, everything." "That's not my responsibility," I tell her. "You made choices. Now the consequences are here." She clutches my sleeve, sobbing. "I loved you." I pull my sleeve free. "You loved what I could give you." She shakes her head over and over. "Please don't leave me like this." "I already left," I whisper. Her crying grows louder, but I turn away. I can't let myself look back. Later in the afternoon, Imran, the intern, approaches my desk. "Sir. Amir, can I say something?" "Sure," I say. He lowers his voice. "Thank you for standing up to him. He made my first month here hell. I was scared every day." My chest tightens. "I'm sorry you went through that. You made me feel safe today," he says. "Thank you." I nod slowly. "I hope things get better for you now." When the workday ends, I walk out feeling heavier than I expected. I think about the meeting, the evidence, the fallout, Maya's tears, Mr. Hale's rage. Everything is spinning. At the gate, I hear someone call my name. Amir. I turn and see Lena jogging toward me. She stops in front of me, slightly out of breath. I wanted to talk to you before you left. Is something wrong? I ask. No, she says with a warm smile. I wanted to tell you I'm proud of you. I stare at her, surprised. Proud? Yes, she says. Most people break under pressure. But you didn't. You stood up for yourself. You stood up for everyone who was scared. I feel something crack open inside me. I didn't feel strong. I felt like I was falling apart. Maybe, she says. But you didn't let the fear stop you. I look down at my shoes. It means a lot to hear that. It should, she says gently. Because it's true. For the first time in weeks, I feel a warmth in my chest that isn't pain. Lena touches my arm. You deserved better than what they did to you. I'm glad you finally see it. I exhale shakily. Maybe. I'm starting to. Good, she says with a soft smile. You're not alone, Amir. Those words hit deeper than she knows. For the first time, I realize karma didn't just take something from them. It gave something back to me. I walked into the office Monday morning with a strange lightness in my chest. Mr. Hale was gone, and for the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe without holding my stomach tight. Sarah met me at the door. Amir, good morning, she said warmly. I know this transition is sudden, but we want you to handle a few responsibilities temporarily. Temporarily? I asked, raising a brow. Yes, she smiled. Until we restructure things. You've proven you can handle it. I swallowed hard. Thank you. I won't let you down. You won't, she said firmly. At my desk, Imran approached, shifting nervously. Amir. I just wanted to say, thanks. For standing up to him. I don't feel scared anymore. I nodded. Good. You should feel safe here. I won't let anyone make you feel otherwise. He smiled faintly. I really appreciate that. I hope we can work better together now. I hope so too, I said. Let's make this place better. The week passed quickly. Emails, meetings, planning, I felt my confidence returning with every small victory. I noticed coworkers glancing at me with respect instead of fear. Even Lena stopped by often, just to check in. Hey, she said one morning, leaning against my desk. You're handling everything really well. I'm trying, I admitted. Some days feel heavier than others. Of course, she replied. But look at you, you're doing it. I smiled, a real smile this time. Thanks, Lena. That means a lot. Then one afternoon, my phone buzzed, and I saw her name. Maya. My chest tightened, but I didn't answer immediately. She sent a message. Amir, please. I need to talk. My life is ruined. I took a deep breath and walked outside, where she was waiting. Her face was streaked with tears, her hair messy. I don't know what to do, she whispered. Everything's falling apart. I've lost my job. My apartment. I have nothing. I studied her silently. My heart didn't tighten with anger this time, only a strange, quiet closure. I can't help you, I said finally. I've done everything I could before. This is on you. She shook her head. Amir, please. I made a mistake. You made choices, I interrupted softly. I'm done. I forgive myself for letting it hurt me, but I can't fix your life. Her shoulders sagged. I never thought it would end like this. Neither did I said quietly. But it did. And I'm done living in the past. She sniffled, wiped her face, and nodded slowly. I understand. I turned and walked away. For the first time, I felt free, not just from her, or him, or the betrayal, but free from the weight I had carried for months. Later, I found a small cafe and sat by the window, letting the sun warm my face. I watched people walk by, laughing, talking, living their lives. A small part of me felt envy, but another part felt calm, like I finally belonged somewhere. Mind if I join you? Lena's voice pulled me out of my thoughts. Not at all, I said, smiling. She sat across from me, still smiling. You look lighter. Happier. I feel lighter, I admitted. It's strange, but I feel like I can breathe again. You deserve it, she said firmly. You've been through so much, and now, you're stronger than before. I laughed softly. I don't feel strong yet. Just steady. Finally steady. Steady is good, she said, sipping her coffee. It's a start. I leaned back in my chair, looking out the window again. Life was moving around me, noisy and chaotic, but I felt anchored, calm. You know, Lena said after a pause, betrayal can break a person, but it can also rebuild them. It seems like that's what happened to you. I looked at her, and for the first time in months, I smiled honestly. I guess it did. I'm still me. But maybe, better. You deserve better, she said softly. And it's finally yours. I nodded, letting the words sink in. The pain, the anger, the heartbreak, it all led to this. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was living, truly living, with a strength I hadn't known I had. For the first time, I didn't feel haunted by what was lost. I felt alive. And maybe, just maybe, the future I never expected wasn't so frightening after all. I took a slow sip of my coffee, letting the warmth fill me, and for the first time in months. I smiled, fully, without regret. I sipped my coffee slowly, watching the street outside. Life moves around me, fast and messy, but I feel calm. Lena sits across from me, smiling. You look different, she says softly. Stronger. I am, I reply. I didn't realize it at first, but I am. How do you mean? I mean. I almost lost myself because of them, I say quietly. Maya, Mr. Hale. I let them take my trust, my peace. I let them decide how I felt for months. You didn't stay broken, Lena points out. I didn't, I say, shaking my head. I fought my way back. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with myself. Lena leans closer. So, you're free now? Yes, I say, and I mean it. I don't need to punish them anymore. Karma handled what my anger couldn't. I don't even think about them the way I used to. They exist in my past, and that's enough. I glance at my phone and see a few messages from Maya, ignored. I don't feel the urge to respond. Not even curiosity. She's still trying, Lena says. Does it bother you? No, I reply. It doesn't. I used to want her to feel the same pain I felt. But now, that wouldn't change anything. My healing is my revenge. Living my life fully, without her in it, that's the victory. You sound at peace, Lena says, smiling gently. I am, I say, smiling back. For the first time in a long time, I feel peaceful. I feel like me again. And the best part? I like who I am now. You've grown a lot, Lena says. I have, I agree. I see it in the way I carry myself, in the way I treat others, in the way I don't let the past haunt me anymore. I see it every day I wake up without feeling heavy inside. You deserve this, she whispers. I know, I say. And that's why I don't look back with anger anymore. They thought they broke me. They thought I'd never recover. But all they did, was push me toward the life I've always deserved. Lena reaches over and lightly touches my hand. I'm proud of you. Thanks, I say. I couldn't have done it without the people who stayed, like you, like Ian, like Imran. They reminded me who I really am when I almost forgot. I lean back in my chair, looking out the window again. The sun is setting, warm light spilling across the street. Cars honk, people laugh, the world keeps moving, and I'm moving with it, not behind it. You ready for what's next? Lena asks. I am, I say confidently. Because I know now, my strength, my peace, my life, that's the only revenge I need. Everything else is just noise. She smiles, and I finally smile back, honestly, completely. I take a deep breath. I survived. I healed. And that is everything. They thought they broke me, but all they did was make me stronger.